Hey guys, welcome to another Legacy Enchantress video. This is Spatula of the Ages. Today I'm going to be doing a competitive league on MTGO. As I've noted in earlier videos, I'm doing a little bit less of these right now just because Invocation is not yet available on MTGO and won't be till December, so it's kind of a bummer to not play the list that you really want to be playing and is totally Legacy legal, but for whatever reason the set took 5 months to get on MTGO. So that's a little frustrating, but today we're going to be playing the Witch House. That's the Living Wish version. I don't think I've done, oh wait, no, maybe I did do like one video since Guilds of Ravnica, but today I'm actually trying Knight of Autumn in the Reclamation Sage spot. It might make the white mana is not necessarily trivial, like that can be difficult. I think maybe more so once we're in 4 colors with Estrid's Invocation. We're going to try it out and see if that comes up more often than the life gain, or the possibility of being a 4/3, although I think that one will be the least used of the 3 modes. So we're trying that out. I guess another note about Guilds of Ravnica, I'm not trying Playcrafter today, but I am interested in trying him at some point as a wish target. The ability to kill creatures is something I've wanted for a while. I've tried like Shriek Maw, like Fiend Hunter, other things, and none of them were really very satisfactory. I'm hoping Playcrafter's ability to also hit Jace might put him over the top and actually make him a worthwhile addition, but not today. The other thing I guess to talk about with that set is Assassin's Trophy. I'm not sure most decks will really want to play Trophy over Abrupt Decay, or maybe like as a one of, like 2 decays, 1 trophy. But it is something to think about, especially now while it's like more hype a little bit. Just to make sure that you spread out your land auras more than you might otherwise. Don't try not to load up if you see a Bayou, and put them all in one land. Because, it's not that great against us if they're killing a wild growth and then we're getting a sprawl, then it's like card neutral, really. It might throw us off a color if it's Utopia Sprawl that was on blue or black or something. But if we play around it, it should be pretty like not that devastating card, or at least not like just kind of a worse Abrupt Decay against us. I guess I can hit Doomwake Giant, but that's about the only difference, really. So, that out of the way. The metagame, since the last time I played, it's more or less the same, like Grixis Control and Miracles up top, Grixis Delver. There's like a weird difference between MTG Top 8 and Goldfish in terms of like the prevalence of like Death Shadow or like Eldrazi or even Death and Taxes, but like those are all definitely like decks that we expect. The metagame might be slightly not as good. It seems like, well, Reanimator's not really more popular. It just seems like there's more of, it's a little more top heavy, and the spread below is kind of spread out a bit. We got like Reanimator to worry about. Sneak and Show, I think, is like 50-50. I think it's slightly better for the Living Wish versions, because like, if you can wish for Knight of Autumn and have it in your hand, like, you don't even need to cast it, against this deck. So that does give us a bit of a, or Reclamation Sage, same thing. One up versus the other versions. I'd say it's about 50-50. Unlike Omnitel is kind of bad, but it's a less popular deck. I guess Omnitel, you're really just like kind of hoping they don't assemble their combo too fast. Like, it is harder for them to put it together because they have less redundancy than Sneak and Show does. And TES still around, not great matchups. Dredge seems to be picking up in popularity, which is good. Depending on the version, there are some versions that actually are pretty rough, but against most versions, like Elephant Grass is just a real beating. You just kind of got to worry about like if they've got any SIP Dread Return targets. Like I've seen some like run like Ashen Rider Dread Return, and okay, that's kind of a different kind of matchup than most versions of Dredge. But yeah, otherwise, still a pretty good metagame for us. Like, these 3 decks are really favorable, and they're the, pretty top. Post is harder than Eldrazi Stompy, and Eldrazi Stompy I think is really like 50-50. I think it really depends on who goes first mostly. And that's different here. Like Death and Taxes is slightly favorable, but you know you can still lose, especially if you're on the draw. Death Shadow really favorable because Elephant Grass is really really good against them. Dragon Stompy really good because Blood Moon is so bad against us. Loam, you really need to just like try to dodge Liliana of the Veil coming down like turn 2 or 3, and you should be okay. But like Liliana is like their biggest card against us. And then, you know, like most combo decks are not great matches, but Show and Tell's like 50-50. Dark Depths and Dredge are quite good, so it's like nice that those are popular. Elves is only slightly unfavorable. Like you can ramp up to Doomwake, and Grass can slow them down if they don't have like too busted of a hand or like Rex Sage ready to go. But you know, still an okay metagame for us. So let's run it and see what we got. I guess I haven't really talked about the deck list I'm running today. So I'm cutting Touch and trying out Sylvan Library. Like it seems like an okay metagame for Library because like again like Miracles and Grixis are about 1/5 of the metagame between them, and then like combo decks like you can feel free to draw a card. So there's like a lot more like games where you can like draw the extra cards with it, which I think makes it is what puts it slightly over Guile right now. I mean it does also like dodge Chalice, but yeah. The downside is it doesn't work under confinement. So I'm running double confinement today. Partially because I cut Touch, so like because we're missing a little bit of speed, making up for it with the second confinement. You know, so if we need to hide out in our bubble, we can do that. Running the third Arena effect, partially because of the prevalence of like Eldrazi, but I'm making it cast out so I can cycle it when I need to. You know, that way it doesn't like, you know, you can put it here, kind of. Except it's white instead of green, so it's rare that you'll actually cast it on turn 1, but it's not slowing down the curve as much as it looks like, because you have 3 of them, you don't necessarily feel too bad about cycling it, because like you've got 2 more you can draw. That's about it for the main deck. Sideboard, still trying out Tabernacle. I'm liking it pretty well. You know, it's just one of those cards that situationally blow out, even against like some like decks you wouldn't think. Like I've won games against Miracles with it, like post board with Choke Out, like just wiping all their mentors and monks. Then like, you know, Heliod's been pretty good, and also because of cutting Gaia's Touch and like the speed thing, added Spore Frog back in. So between like Tabernacle and Spore Frog, that should also help like the Elves matchup if that comes up. Like sometimes the Eldrazi matchup. Like other fast decks, creature-based decks, Infect, you know, not so much like Storm combo. You're still pretty much relying on Gaddock Teague and like the occasional Choke. Yeah. So that's what we're running today. Heliod's been pretty good in testing. Like this has sort of been a fatty slot for a while. For a long time, it was Kamal Fist of Krosa. Which, if you're not friends with that guy, he's pretty cool. But like, he's more like, he's not as good against like Grixis. Come on. And since, you know, you're taking this slot largely for like the control roles, like he was fine against Check, like because they didn't run a full set of lightning bolts, but like, yeah, I mean, he dies to lightning bolts unless you got 11 min on hand, which doesn't happen too often. You know, not in situations where you just wouldn't get Emrakul anyway. But like he's a pretty big beating against like a lot of different decks, like Pernicious Deed or like sweeper decks, because you just turn their lands into creatures in response to the sweeper. Is the plan there? I'm on the draw. Let's see, we got Sprawl, Devil Argothian. We're gonna. I mean, we're like pretty dead to turn on Chalice, but can't really like base your decisions off that going in blind. And if we don't draw a land here, we can also like Living Wish. I'm gonna name green because I've got the other Sprawl and the Abundant Growth. We can like, if we feel the need to, get Caracas just to have a land draw. It'll depend. Like, I mean, it would probably just be better to like Abundant Growth and then Sprawl. Okay, good. So if this resolves, will Utopia Sprawl? Without knowing like what colors he's on, like I said, you might want to worry about Assassin's Trophy, but well, I was gonna say, like, if he's got an aggressive deck, you don't want to make your upkeep for Elephant Grass weird, but like having to pay 2 for it the first turn. But he hasn't played anything so far, so I'm gonna assume he's not on Elephant Grass right now, or not on something where like it's gonna be that important. I'm gonna name White because he hasn't done anything. He could be on combo, and maybe like we'll want to Living Wish Forgetting Teeth next turn. Maybe it's hard to know. He hasn't done anything, so that's the advantage of you know. I mean, like, so we can rule out some things from Basic Island. We can rule out like Death Shadow. Most Delver decks, obviously, like this probably isn't. So it's either probably okay. It's Miracles. That's fine. We got a card out of our Gothian. We got another one in hand, and we got Living Wish. So the worst case scenario here would be if he goes Counterbalance, and then like, because both our threats are on 2, so that could potentially be awkward if the card on top is a 2. I mean, he'll be blind, but 2 is unlikely. Okay, good. So, no Counterbalance. Miracles is a good matchup. It gets slightly, unlike Grixis, where they can't really bring in much that's relevant, they do bring in Disenchant, so the post board's a little bit harder. So you don't want to like, you can lose if you lose game 1. For whatever reason, like you just keep a weak hand or whatever. I think I'm not really like gonna need the white mana right now. There's no reason not to hold my land drop. It's not like he could spell pierce this. I mean, he could. I could pay it anyway, but like, so he's gotta have a Force of Will or a Spell Snare. Not that I think they play Spell Snare. All right, so there's that. So we can't play around. Like I said, we can't play around. Spell Pierce anyway. What did he discard? Or pitch? Snapcaster. So we might as well do this first, and then Wish. And if the Wish gets countered, so be it. Okay, there's another one. So I think if he does go Counterbalance next turn, I don't actually want the Argothian. I think I might just go ahead and get Heliod, because like he has to deal with Heliod, and yeah. And again, the reason I'm doing that over Argothian is because like if he does drop Counterbalance, then like both my cards will be weak to a like Brainstorm, putting like a Snapcaster on top. Both my threats. Here, I can be pretty sure that one of my threats will resolve, unless he has like a really nuts hand. So post board, you want to take out some grasses, but how many you take out kind of depends, because like sometimes you'll lose because they go for like an aggressive mentor hand. Sometimes I've even seen them like bring in Gideon for some reason, just like trying to go aggressive, which I guess is like sort of understandable if they like anticipate that I take out the grasses. But like, I mean, mentor can close the game really quickly. Like, mentor is no joke. Maybe I should go for the Argothian. Like, while I can. Heliod's not like that busted right now. And if I draw like into a Sanctum, I can like get Heliod going before he has the chance to. And also like he doesn't have Spell Pierce open right now, so maybe I want to do this. Oh no, he can't Spell Pierce Heliod. he have a forcible? Well, he is losing a lot of cards, and he missed the land drop. So we're going to go ahead and just Abundant Growth to get the card. Without the Enchantress, there's no reason to hold on to it. We'll just cycle these. Nice. It's a good draw. So next turn we go Argothian Heliod. And I really don't see how you can counter both of them. Sure. I mean, he could like have the counter spell, or he could like have something to, you know. I mean, we need to make him use it. We might as well play the Argothian first, because if he doesn't have it, then we get a card. Nice, even better. I know he's got a land on top. We can still play this, cycle this grass, and still play a Heliod. Dimwig's not as good against Miracles as it was against Check, or as it is against Grixis. Like, you kind of want to save it for when you're going to get value out of it against monks, if you can help it. But, like, you know, if it's my only enchantment, I'll still play it, of course. Although, I guess I can get a Savannah with this, and then double. So the other nice thing about Heliod is, like, he has to answer it if, and his only way is Council's Judgment. I mean, which I guess he has here. But now he's got a choice. But I was going to say, you can like hold on to resources in hand until he deals with it. We're not going to pay for this, obviously. One, two, three, four, five. So yeah, again, there's no reason to play this land yet. Because he can't spell pierce this. I was gonna say, so we're gonna hold on to the green sun so that he can't like get too much value off the Terminus. Obviously, he would with the Doomwake, but we draw cards off the Doomwake at least because of you know, it being an enchantment and all. I should start playing a little bit faster, so I might cut down on my talking here, guys. I'm not really afraid of back to basics at this point. Of course, I guess Heliod's gone, so there's not that much point. But, yeah, I'm gonna cut down on my talking maybe slightly, just because, like, I need to make sure that we don't go to time here, because the Miracles matchup can be very long. Let's get our damage in first, I suppose. Sure. Well, told us what was in his hand. So he's in top deck mode with the counterbalance. Let's test it with the grass. Man, this guy flips all the lands. He does have a fetch land though, so we still want to test our defenses, or test his defenses here. He's probably going to fetch in response. Yeah, like, he obviously doesn't want to like spend counters on these, but if he can counter my 1-mana spells with counterbalance, that's pretty good for him. In most cases, he just keeps revealing lands. Well, good for us, bad for him. A sad story. So we're just going to Emrakul here. We should have it, I think. Okay, so boarding. Confinement's pretty bad. It's worse than grass because you can't just like play if you're in top deck mode, he's like countered all your threats. You can still buy time with the grass, but like a confinement is just a fog. Like a grass, you can just pay the mana, which you probably like if you don't have threats, you probably just sit on a pile of mana, and you can need to convert that into time with grass against a mentor, where you can't do that with confinement. But I'm still gonna go down to 3 grass. Cho comes in because I know he's on counterbalance. The Primordium can come in. So my primary wish targets are going to be, so like sideboarding, you always want to think like, what am I going to wish for? I'm going to wish for Argothian. I'm going to wish for Heliod. Those are going to be the main ones. I could wish for either Knight of Autumn or Wicker Bow, so I'm going to want to bring one of them in as a Greenstone Zenith target. There's an argument for like Knight of Autumn because like the white might be a problem, but it won't be if I had Greenstone Zenith for it. The argument for Wicker Bow is kind of that I could like bring it in as like pressure, and then like use the neutralize when I'm ready, unlike Knight of Autumn where it's like you don't choose when to use it. Gaddock Teague should come in. Gaddock Teague is really good against them. It stops like their STPs probably come out. Like they don't have that many targets for it, just Doomike really. Like that's all I saw. So what was I gonna say? So like against them, like it stops Terminus, Force of Will, Engineered Explosives also, Unexpectedly Absent, Jace as well, and Teferi. Like it stops a lot of cards. I don't need all this mana. Like normally the deck runs like basically think of it as like 28 mana sources. I don't really need that against them. It's like if I'm on the draw, I'm not going to beat them to counterspell mana. So makes Wild Growth a little less important. Maybe if I'm, I think Wicker Bow, because like if I top deck it, it's less likely to be countered by Counterbalance than Knight of Autumn is. I think they're pretty sure they play more 3-drops than 4-drops. They got like Judgment. Alright, I need to cut one more thing. Not Ground Seal, obviously, not Sylvan. I don't know. I guess like you could make an argument for Oblivion Rain effects. I'm just gonna cut another Wild Growth, I guess. Okay. 14, 15, 16, 17. My enchantment count's a little low. I was just checking that. But so this hand's slow, obviously. I'm not sure that matters too much. Because like the only reason that matters is if he goes fast mentor, and I do have the grass. And I got the Zenith. I'm gonna draw some cards with Abundant Growth. So I'll be able to sculpt my hand a little bit. Yeah, sculpt in the very loose sense of the word. Certainly not in the way that he's doing Ponder, but Ponder. But yeah, it's what we got. Ground Seal is a good turn to play because like it's okay. Well, he doesn't have counterspell mana open, but even if, so, like if he ended turn Disenchants, you know, I still got a card out of it. So I'm gonna do this so that I can Zenith and Abundant Growth next turn, regardless of whether the Zenith happens. I guess I want white. Got enough green. Ground Seal's really good against them. He also probably brought in Surgical, most likely. Oh, I know, that's right, he does know it. Maybe he was going to do that anyway, I guess. Alexa now, he has a decision of like his. So anyway, the fact that I'm stopping his Snapcasters and Surgicals is really big. Was what I was getting at. It's even bigger against Grixis because one of the Kulgan's command modes is, of course, to return, you know, whatever it's called, raise dead, I guess, yeah, return a creature. And they can't do that with Ground Seal. So like you can force them into awkward positions, like especially if you have like an Aegis or Solitary out, where like they have to do 2 damage to themselves. I've had that happen, or like kill their own Strix. So because they've got like a lot of times they'll bring in a fucking what's his Containment Priest, and I don't want them to get like have pressure and a counterspell. So I'm gonna Presence first. Plus Zenith is more flexible. I could get Wickerbow Elder with it if I need to next turn. Whether this resolves or not, I'm probably just gonna Abundant Growth. Okay, I'm okay with getting the card advantage. Still gonna draw a card. So next turn I at least have the option to play around Spell Pierce, although obviously he would have Spell Pierce that if he had a Counterbalance. Okay, Zenith's also good because it gets around Counterbalance. Like you can just put in, oh, walls. Well I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna lead off with that and hold on to the Counterbalance, or the Zenith. You know, you can't Spell Pierce it, you can't, he needs to counter it. Hopefully there's no Jace on top, or he doesn't have a Brainstorm in hand. I can't remember because I'm a bad player. Did he know I was on top? No, he's got a Brainstorm. That's not good. Brainstorm, like Counterbalance obviously, it's much greater. Brainstorm, that's why you know the whole top thing was banned. Now he reveals a Jace. Yeah, then he plays the Jace, but I will get a turn where his only counter is Force of Will. But I don't like giving him value off his Counterbalance like that. So we'll get the Argothian, I guess. We could get an argument for Eidolon, but Eidolon could be disenchanted. He's not going to chase. He's still got a counter of some sort. Maybe I should wait. I mean, he's not really doing anything. He can't like end a turn Snapcaster. I kind of want to wait till he taps out for Jace. Because I only got the one threat right now. So like, if I counter it and then it goes Jace, I'm like just in top deck mode. So though we do generally want to play the aggressor, I think we have to chill for a minute here. So this game isn't shaping up great. Down to one threat, and he's got a lot of cards in hand. And a counterbalance. Now because I have 2 threats, I think I can go for it. I think I'm going to start with the Illuminator. Just going to snap Brainstorm. Okay. So if he puts a 3 on top, then we can Zenith for 3. I mean, he'll have the ability to Terminus. Well, he has to have another Brainstorm to set it up. or Jace. But then that would be for the following turn. He'd still at least lose a Snapcaster, although it still wouldn't be great. But like obviously we would want to Zenith now while he's tapped out. At least. Sitting ground soon? Oh. It does give him information on my hand, of course. So he knows it's a little weak. Sure. So again, we're going to do this where x equals 3, so the Vidillion clique doesn't counter it. He could have a Force of Will. Okay, but then he loses his J, so hopefully he doesn't have another. Now we're in top deck mode. We do have the grass that can buy us time, so next turn we're probably just going to cast that. Hopefully we draw like a threat next turn. Damn, he had another. Okay. Well, I mean, we go for it. I think we might actually lead with the grass first and let him try to counterbalance it. In which case I shouldn't have tapped that because I'm sort of tipping my hand. I think we get the Argothian. Like, if he's got the Council's Judgment, either one is screwed. If he doesn't, I at least get a card. And then next turn can start trying to go off. Please don't have it. Yes. Well, if he does have the Judgment, could be in trouble. If he doesn't, obviously we need a top deck. If he's got a Terminus, at least we lose the pressure that's on us. I mean, well, not really. Jason would probably have erased it anyway. But, yeah, I mean, pretty much most draws are going to be okay here. If he doesn't have the Judgment. Except for land, obviously. So, just... Fuck! So that dramatically increases his pressure, but it does make Terminus a lot worse. So if we play the land, we can at least, because it's a fetch, we can at least prevent a Fate Seal from being like, you know, give us another chance if he like leaves a card on top, which he would generally do, just like if it's a land. Like I don't think he'd want us to have a Wild Growth, although maybe, I don't know. I guess it's about the same. Okay, so he's going to start Fate Sealing. So we're on a 3-turn clock. This does make it less likely that he's going to want to Terminus, but I guess really we're on like a 4-turn clock. We can. I really hope he doesn't find the Council's Judgment. We have a shot if he doesn't. So end of turn, we're going to do this so that we don't draw that land that he left on top. We have very few lands left in the deck, so we should be fine. I mean, he looks like he's still playing around back to basics. It's like, we've got the black man anyway, I guess. And then I'm like, oh, start it. Obviously, we're better if this doesn't get countered, but we still draw the card either way. Because the Enchantresses say whenever you play, except for Eidolon of Blossoms. So that's when they enter the battlefield. Okay, well, I still draw a card. It will be awkward if it's Living Wish, since we'll assume that he's going to put a 2 on top. Now we're definitely... I was going to say earlier that we were actually on a turn longer than I said, because I can jump the Snap caster with Argothian, but now I can't do that. So we're going to hope he doesn't have a hard counter in hand and get Eidolon of Blossoms. If we actually pay... Like, I know... So it's tough. We can put this outside of the range where he could get it with Counterbalance. Like, just... Even if he had, like, a Force of Will on top. Or a Terminus. We'll have less mana, but we'll still have plenty of mana, honestly. I mean, 4 mana is still enough to play anything except Doomwing Giant, obviously. So I guess we'll still do that. You know, I mean, if he has another Brainstorm or whatever, or he cracks his fetch, I just want him to not be able to get a free counter off of it. I want him to make him have, like, a counter spell in hand. Which it looks like he does. Oh no, he's getting in. Seeing if he can find Force of Will. I guess I could get Getic, but I really need to start drawing cards here. Ah, for fuck's sake. Alright. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So a quarter of the deck is lands. So we have a 75% chance of drawing something relevant here. I don't like that. Obviously, we just take it on the chin. Like, we could go... no. We need to get lucky here. Hopefully he doesn't find a Snapcaster or a Disenchant. I mean, 2 are in play. Didn't 1 get... no, that was less good. So... So now it has to be another Disenchant. Can't just be Snapcaster. Wait, no, that's right. He does have a Skeleton. We can just tap that for mana. And he has a land drop. So, well, okay. So, we got our turn. Is it going to be enough? That's fine. I guess we go to 1 just to reduce the amount of lands. Which, like, might matter because we're going to need to chain a bunch of enchantments to get out of this one. hopefully. Well, no, we need this to resolve, actually, because of Eidolon working the way it does. Oh my god, thank god. We're gonna dig our way out of this? If he has like a splash of red and he's just like banking the lightning bolt this whole time to fuck with us. That seems unlikely. Did he get the Zenith? I'm okay with that, Jesus. Yeah, that's fine. That like increases my chances of not whiffing. I don't want to draw Zenith. I want to draw enchantments. Did we... what was the last card he revealed with Counterbalance? How many wishes have we used? One? Got our land drop. So I think first I'm going to try to get rid of this counterbalance and then Living Wish, and then get a Miracle. I think we actually somehow got out of this one. It's damn close though. I mean, we might still lose, I don't know. I guess he could have something nuts in his hand. He's just waiting to use. Hard to imagine what it would be. But I guess since he has the Escanta opener, we shouldn't take anything for granted. Okay, so if we play this, we'll have 4 mana left. 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's enough still to Living Wish and Miracle. 19 actually, because this generates mana. You know, not really, but by virtue of Sanctum. So he's going to try to blind hit this, I guess. Obviously, counterbalance is anything we care about, really. All right, we got it. Whew. Oh, that second one was really close, but you know, if you top deck a bunch of things, I mean, they have like in the end they have so few things that actually like interact with us. Again, disenchant post board does make it tougher, but Alright, so not knowing what we're going in for, we don't have a turn 2 Enchantress, but we've got Double Wish, Cast Out, and Grass, so like, I mean, we got game against pretty much everything. And we've got the Acceleration, so we do have, like, you know, 3, basically, like, 1 mana Wish targets, Grixis, Tabernacle, and Spore Frog. So, and we got Double Wish, so we can, like, still get in our Growthian later. So, it's a pretty good hand. But not quite ideal because there's no turn 1 or turn 2 Enchantress. So Underground, Thoughtseize, could be a lot of things. Could be Storm Combo, could be Grixis Control, could be Grixis Delver, I guess. It could be Death Shadow. Generally they'd get a Watery Grave, but maybe they've got another fetch in hand or something. Generally they would get Watery Grave because they really want to get Death Shadow online fast. So more likely like a Grixis Delver or Grixis Control or Storm Combo. Since they wanted to get our fetch, feels like probably, or not our fetch, our acceleration, which feature another, so that's fine. Of course, we did lose our white mana. Did they miss a land drop? What are they on? Sort of makes you think that it's hard to say. So I mean, I could, if they're on Storm Combo, I'd want to get the Gaddock, and the next turn I could wish for Caracas and play Gaddock. But like, without knowing that, it seems a little like foolhardy. And it would be a pretty weird. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be that weird. Like maybe they're like 1 card off from comboing. I don't know. That doesn't really tell us anything except that he top decked to Brainstorm. So Underground Sea looks like that one scene from The Lion King. You know, be prepared. Pretty sweet. Not a big fan of this Living Wish art, but the older ones were more expensive. I don't even match, actually. It's kind of embarrassing. Not even the same set. We are gonna have like Blackboard and Wild Growth soon. And by soon I mean December. Because it was reprinted in Commander, so like finally we'll be able to get off this. I think they kept the art though. I really fucking hate actually the 7th edition art. Well, in general actually, but especially for Wild Growth. I like the original way better. So ugly. It's a tough decision. Tough old brainstorm going on here. All this math kind of makes me think. I'm assuming he's doing math. I don't know what else. I mean, he could be doing a lot of things, obviously, but like all this thinking kind of implies that he's doing math, which implies he's on Storm Combo. In which case, like, I should have gotten the Gaddock. It might not be too late. If I top deck a land, well, if I top deck a fetch land, I got a Savannah and play the Teak. If I top deck a forest, I can get Friction Revoker, maybe an LED. Which actually like can be pretty good. Obviously, you know, against some hands it doesn't do anything, but against a lot of hands it does. Like not only because it stops LED, it doesn't stop the storm count. It stops the mana, and it can stop them from like getting rid of an extra card in hand that they need in order to have Hellbent. Oh, yeah, there we go. I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyway. He's got it. He's got it. This one, the gray one for Friction Revoker. Oh, well. See, and he had a Past in Flames in hand that he wouldn't have wanted to cast. Oh well, one turn more. Well, Pest and Flames isn't great with this hand. But I assume he's got a tutor in hand, right? Because otherwise, why would he do this? Yeah, there's. So one thing, if Storm is something you care about as a wish target, is like you want something that you can put into play turn 2 as wish target, so you can turn on Wild Growth, whatever. So there's not that many options. Dried Militan's actually really good against Ant, less so against TES. But yeah, against them it stops, like obviously it stops Past and Flames, but it also stops, like it can stop Dark Petition and Cabal Ritual from firing. But the other thing about like Storm is like sometimes like game 1 you make decisions differently because like you can't tell what it is at first because it is a less played deck and a lot of times it just looks like a lot of other decks that play Underground Sea and Thoughtseize and Ponder. You know, that doesn't tell you too much. Duress is the biggest giveaway. Things like, you know, like watching him do like math and stuff, that's another giveaway. I was gonna say he's not gonna like get rid of the Elephant Grass and empty the Warrens, is he? Because that'd be sweet. Because then I could just switch for Tabernacle. But so game 2, we bring in Gaddock Teague. That's your main plan. Chokes Seal of Primordium actually because if they've got multiple LEDs, you can destroy the first one in response to the second one, and then they've got a choice between losing one and losing their hand. Oblivion Ring effects are really bad. They don't do anything at all. Dimwake is pretty bad. The only argument would really be that he like can like if you guys empty the Warrens, like maybe, but that's unlikely to matter. And like that's probably why we're gonna like leave Grixis in. Ground Seal doesn't do anything. Well, Ground Seal does like sometimes, and Abundant Growth enable you to keep an aggressive confinement, which is a play that you might want to take against them. So 7 Library is probably just entirely too slow, and like they don't actually want to pay the life against them because that might make their job easier. So my primary wish targets, like you want against combo, you really want like the first 2 to be relevant. So first I'm going to get Revoker, naming LED, and then I'm going to get Aegis of the Gods. Even though Aegis of the Gods is an enchantment, it's secondary because it only stops the kill condition. It doesn't stop them from like actually going off in any way. So like Revoker actually can like stop them from starting their combo and like stop them from casting Ad Nauseam or Past in Flames if they don't have the mana. Same for Gaddock Teague. Night of Autumn is probably okay because I don't know. I guess I'll take Night of Autumn over Wicker Bow. Both are not good, obviously, but Wicker Bow, like for the same reason as Seal Primordium, but it's unlikely you're gonna get that much mana. Night of Autumn, like the life gain, rarely matters, but sometimes it does. So we'll try it. I'll run up the flagpole, see his salutes. Oh, it's a pretty bad matchup. It's like 35 to 40%. We are on the play, so like having this speed, an extra draw. So we can go turn 1 Wild Growth, turn 2 Abundant Growth on that land. Maybe we top deck Gaddock Teague. If not, we Living Wish for Revoker. It's not great, but I don't know if you can mulligan it. There aren't that many great hands you can have against them. And this one's like, okay. This one has game against some of his below average hands. Not against his best hands, obviously, where he just goes off turn 2. Unless I top deck like a champ. But like the other thing is like sometimes you can win if they sideboard incorrectly. Like sometimes I've had them like sideboard like all these extra like abrupt decay and like shit and like so and then like extra discard and like they should be taking out the discard for abrupt decay or whatever bounce they're playing. But sometimes they'll actually just like side out combo pieces for some goddamn reason, like forgetting that they're the aggressive role in this matchup, and then you can get lucky, or they'll like their ad nauseams will suck, and you have a chance. Gaddock. That's not Gaddock. You're not Gaddock. Huh. Well. Oh, he doesn't have it. Like, hopefully he just kept like a more controlling hand and gives us a chance to top deck something. I mean, he could have both. He could have discard hand and a nuts hand. But he need like double ritual ad nauseum. Or we could just keep drawing lands. Awkward. So one assumes that means he's going off this turn, in which case my pile of mana doesn't do much. Can't see any reason to play these sprawls. We have plenty of mana and colors, and I think it doesn't matter. Well, but I mean, you can't take out the fast mana, even though like we like flooded out here, because like you need to have that turn 2 Green Sun Zenith. It's sort of just the downside of playing like it's a mana hungry deck, so you have to play a lot of mana, and sometimes you flood out. It's just the price you pay. Okay, there's still Infernal Tutoring. So many Cabal Rituals. Man, Machu Kebab would be great right now. Make all the ritual shit. Oh my god, that's so much mana. I'm actually not going to play the Savannah yet, because like maybe it's not Burning Wish Massacre. Is sometimes something to play around. But holy shit, man. It's giving us all the chances in the world, and we just can't draw anything. Oh my god. Is he gonna have to No, he's doing the math about whether he can just go off. He's got 3 Cabal Rituals, but no Threshold yet. I mean, I'll be pretty close to Threshold this turn anyway. Lols. Lols. Well, I guess. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, the thing is, you don't really have anything better than the grass to bring in. I mean, I guess, like I said, but like you need like Living Wish to do something. So you can't like just bring in all your wish targets unless you take out the wishes. And then what was that? Oh, okay. Just to get to the threshold. Sure. Oh my god. You can see my sick hand. Please let me go into the horns and let me top deck. Living Wish. Or grass, obviously. Egg on my fit. No, he's got the he has Past in Flames here. It just keeps going off. Yeah, he's got more than enough. Okay, you got him right. All right. We're gonna draw anything ever? No. Jesus Christ. Lols. Alright, well, I guess, you know, if you've got to get bad draws, you'd rather have them in a bad matchup than in a good matchup, so that, you know, you're probably going to lose anyway. And that way, yeah, putting all your bad eggs in one basket. So this is debatable because we will see 3 cards by turn 2. 19 cards in the deck are land, so it's pretty likely we'll draw a land and then we can cast our Go Through. Actually, we could even cycle cast out. So 4 cards. I think that makes it keepable. I mean, obviously, like, we're pretty fucked against the turn 1 Chalice, but I don't know. It's a little greedy, but I like all these threats. Source or Spyglass. I don't give a shit about that. Phew. I didn't know Chalice. Spyglass, I think, usually Eldrazi doesn't main deck that often. Actually, I think 12 Post does, but not Stompy. But 12 Post doesn't play Tomb. So, I don't know. It's hard to say what he's on. Obviously, some kind of Chalice deck, so we kind of got lucky that he didn't have the Chalice here. He's wondering which name. There aren't many good targets against us. Like, Gaia's Touch, but I'm not running it. I don't actually think I have anything main deck that he could name, right? Wait, he can name lands, right? But, okay. I am diversified. That is why we diversified. Oh, I'm on double Heath. Cut down our draws by 2. Well, so, oh, good. Got it. We're still going to lead with the Agroth. First of all, like, you could just top deck Chalice. We want to get that white mana while we can, because we might need it later. Lols. Lols. That line doesn't do anything. Okay, so he's on 12 Post. They normally 12 Post's not a great matchup either. Well, we do need that cast out. If we get another Abundant Growth, we can put it on a... This is going to be a hard decision. And a turn, are we going to cycle the cast out to increase our chances of drawing land? But then we can't cast out the Spyglass or the Trinisphere. I mean, like, we really want our O-Ring effect here, but we also really need a land drop. So I guess we have to cycle this. So this isn't, yeah, I'd like to keep the cast out, but we need to hit our land. It's a good thing we did. So, Eldrazi Stompy wouldn't have an answer if I, like, set up an aggressive confinement, but 12 Post probably does, but he's missed some land drops. Hopefully he keeps missing them. That's actually really good for us, because now this is a real land drop. This is a swamp now. And it's, like, fine that it's not green, because we need to transfer mana anyway. I think we do play Heath here. Like, he doesn't have a fast start, so we're not as worried about, like, Ugin or whatever. We'd like to prevent Thought-Knot Seer from turning active. And we got the Wish. So we're going to want to Heath, tap it for black. Haha. Thanks for the Urborg, sucker. Next turn we presence. I guess next turn we discard Elephant Grass. I was about to say our first priority will be like eliminating any fast mana he's got. But unfortunately, because of Trinisphere, we can't Living Wish, and maybe we let this drop and hope we draw a Sanctum. That seems bad. Alright. I guess we can just get rid of the grass. It's not likely to matter too much, and it's not like it's cheap on account of Trinisphere. Maybe I should have Eidolon here for the extra card, because we really want to hit the land drop next turn so we can Living Wish for Night of Autumn. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I was worried about like if he had some sort of like removal, but no, that was bad. I should have played the Eidolon for the extra card. So, yeah, I would really want it to be a land. Maybe I should drop the Confinement in case I draw land. That probably matters more. And Burner's not too scary with Confinement out. Some scarier without it though, so I guess I do keep my Confinement online. And let a Zenith die. Or discard a Zenith. Come on, land. Any land, thank you. Alright, just really don't want to miss land drops here. Obviously, I can't cast anything because of Trinisphere. So we are though like concerned about his top deck. Like what we don't want is him to like be able to cast like Ugin or All His Dust. See, Karn is a ways towards getting those things that we don't want. Unfortunately, I can't Friction Revoker because Endbringer's around, so I'll just kill it. He doesn't have. See, Vezova increases the value of a top deck Cloud Post, but Tomb is better on its own, so I guess we give him Vezova. I guess it's already. Actually, Vezova's already an Ancient Tomb, so just give him Ancient Tomb. Just like the same thing. Four, five, six. I think I want to draw a lot of cards this turn, like, because he could just top deck a land if he has it again. So he has 6 mana here. Actually, he doesn't even need that, he can just use Karn. So we want to make sure we have lands to, what we're hoping to draw is like Oblivion or effects, ideally. I guess we do this just to increase the sanctum value when we draw it. But since we can't really cast anything except Confinement, which is redundant now, obviously, we'll just play our Bayou here and pass the turn. And I hope he doesn't have Ugin. Can we just get Emrakul next turn? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, we can't. I guess we don't need 3 living wishes though, huh? Well, let's see. I think I would let him get. Is it active yet? I mean, it's gonna be soon, right? We can have the Endbringer actually. I guess that's not a hard choice. We don't give a shit about the Endbringer. I mean, I guess next turn we'll be able to kill the Aeolon. Doesn't realize that doesn't work. Or maybe it's just setting up for an Allah's Dust or whatever. We'll let the Confinement die. We have another one in hand, so we might as well just get the extra cards. Just like 1 life. We're gonna take damage from that, and then like have an extra card. So that's pretty good. I'm fine with that trade. Well, we know we'll want the Confinement, so I might as well play this one first and see what we get here. Alright, that's what we wanted. So, the thing is we can't go off this turn. What we can do, though, is maybe, can we get a Dimwake and, like, get his board cleared so that, like, if he does wipe, that we have, you know, we're not facing down lethal as well. That's where I was driving this. Shit. I thought I would have more mana than that. I didn't count. That was bad. That was bad. Well, we can definitely Emrakul next turn. But we're pretty fucked if he's got an Ugin. Yeah, if I had Dimwake first and then Confinement, I would have at least not been. Yeah, it wouldn't have been lethal. It just would have been these guys. Is it lethal? Not quite. Well, that's an easy choice. Wait, I did give him the Matter Reshaper, right? Yes. Should like double check. Sometimes like an MTGO, the one like you click is like a little counterintuitive about whether that's the one you're getting or not. You know what I mean? Okay, that's fine. So this turn, I just, like, whatever. The confinement doesn't keep. I'm gonna get Emrakul. Now he'll be able to, like, make Endbringer can target it and make it so it can't attack, but I'll just get Karakas. So I need to get my second wish. Or I guess my third wish. Yeah, this doesn't matter. What am I tapping for here? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let me think. So I do need to do this. In which case, like, I've got extra mana. And they won't. These will be countered, so they'll only draw 2 cards and they won't trigger Doomwag, but that's okay. I think I've got at least one. Yeah. I need to speed up this game. Okay, so that's basically. Wait. I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll be 1 minute short, so I can't do that, right? Right. I think I need to let that die. Yeah. I actually can just put some enchantments into play, right? Like, because then they'll, if I can just, like, kill his board. Huh. That's fine. So that's what I'm looking for. think about casting spells at this point. And yeah, not doing that as much. Weird game, but we got it. Not with much time left, though. Okay, so things that aren't good against them. Elephant Grass, not very good here. Let's start by taking them all out and see where we are. Living Wish is probably not good against Trinisphere and all that, so we actually probably just like want to reconsider our whole, yeah. Generally, we do a transformational sideboard here. Not exactly transformational, but Gaddock is probably going to be important here. Not as against Stompy, but it does stop Ugin and all his dust. It stops late game chalices too, but mainly it's, yeah. It obviously doesn't stop early chalices. So we want Aegis. I think we want Heliod. We're going to want Revoker, even though like it might just have to name Endbrainer all the time, but at least that's something. Since we're on the play, we're probably going to want Caracas over Wild Growth, just because like that way Chalice at 1 is not as dangerous. Obviously, like our 1-drops now are like a lot lower, which can make us a little slower, but it also makes Chalice less dangerous. Tabernacles and no, Tabernacles not good. Do we want the Emrakul? Like, it can close out the game. But obviously it's a dead card until then. What's our enchantment count? 11, 12. Oh my god, Argothian, of course. Maybe we want that over... Like, we don't need as many Enchantresses because they've got, like, not that, like, only Thought Knot Seer for actual, like, 101 disruption. Like, everything is mana-based for them otherwise. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus 7 is 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's on the lower end, so we can't really go any lower than that. At least not in my opinion. So I mean, would Emrakul be better than any of the other? I doubt it. Like, we want all the artifact destruction we can get. Revoker is probably the only one that's like more debatable. I guess Gaddock is debatable, but not really. I think you need Gaddock. It also can stop Karn if you get it out before Karn. It can stop turn Dynamo if they're on that, but I don't know how many of them do that. Alright, so if he doesn't have a turn 1 Chalice, this is really good. If he does, it's okay. I guess if he has a turn 1 Thorn, it's also not great. So he's probably got like Thought Knot Seer, because he kept a 7 that didn't have a turn 1 play. So generally, like Thought Knot Seer would be your next best bet. It's might want to just Green Sun for like Gaddock. Devil Shaper. Interesting. Okay. So I thought I was going to lose the presence. Because I didn't, I think I want to actually just like I said, card count's not as big here, so I think I want to Utopia Sprawl into Presence. I'll name black because I'll have white mana anyway. And then next turn the Presence will add to the Sanctum count, so I'll like be able to Green Sun for something and still play enchantments. Like, well, the Abundant Growth will be free because of Sanctum. I'll draw a couple cards. It's probably something good. That's fine if he names Windswept Teeth. I don't know. He really should have brought those out. Like, it could have been annoying last time, but like his Orborg actually like was a non-bill. I mean, so we're gonna take Dark Amateur. I need to think about how much green we're gonna have here. We do this. Don't only have 2 green. So I do think we want the. So let's go get Eidolon. Well, Gadget's gonna shut down both of these green suns that I've got in hand. But I do kind of want to get down Gadget before he can play Karn. Alright, that's fine. So we'll get Eidolon. The green sun will be dead, but that's okay. And we'll take 6 more damage, but that should also be okay. If we absolutely need to, we can block the following turn. But like right now, he's kind of all in on. He's only got a couple cards in hand left. We can't cast a bunch of the cards that I really care about. If he's not playing Reality Smasher, that would be brutal. I'm like so okay with him doing that, especially before the attack phase. What the hell? Like that literally shut down the main thing that I was. Okay. Wild, man. Wild. Some people be wild. That's a good card to have. I guess he could have like. Yeah, well, he definitely could have like. What's that like? The 10 mana one? Is it Kozilek or Ulamog? I think it's Ulamog. Ceaseless Hunger, maybe. I need more green mana. So we do kind of like. Let's see, that would have been an argument for like bringing in the. Because like we don't have the ability to close out the game quickly here. It's the thing that worries me. We do have answers to his most of his big things, but like the 10 mana creature is still a threat, and he's at 7 of that mana. Although we do have the ability to disrupt his artifact mana, so that's a plus. I need to play faster though, because we can still lose this. Next turn, I'd like to have Helia. We also don't need all these land drops, but I'm going to keep 2 lands in hand. Because you never know what he could have. The green sun, I guess, is dead. Sick. Sick. Likewise. Sick. I guess I kill these guys, even though I really don't want to give him mana. No, I don't kill him. I'll banish him like one of them at least. I guess I can't cast out, so that's awkward. Yeah, I guess I'll just Discard cast out. I guess we just want to put the pressure on. Yeah, so like just any of these will. Oh wait, I got mana. I got a land drop. So I'll also kill the thought nuts here. So don't need all these lands. Even though I can't cast this Zenith, like my deck is so low that I'm at the point where like if he does find an answer to Gaddock, I'm gonna want to have anti-decking measures. I don't need this. Yeah. What can he cast that I care about? Ratchet Bomb? Wouldn't get there in time. Ember doesn't have haste. What could he have that I care about? Whatever. I don't think this is a good matchup, but I think this guy's made a lot of mistakes. So, and his hands weren't great anyway. Like, I mean, keeping it Spyglass, like Plains Bridge before attacking Plain Bridge at all, leaving Bridge in at all, really not a great decision. Like, yeah, so that sure helped in an otherwise kind of rough matchup. I was testing the invocation lists on Cockatrice. The only place you can play invocation lists right now. Not really. I guess there's that other one. I forget what it's called. So I mean, you got a lot of turn 2 action here. Like, assuming he doesn't force away your wild growth. I mean, we are on the play. And if we do draw that second land, we're even more set. I guess it'd be debatable whether library or oh, I didn't shrink this. My bad, guys. This thing resets sometimes. I don't know why. We could also like wish for Caracas we think that's going to be relevant and give us their second land drop. But SNS seems to be on the decline, which does lower the value of Caracas. So since we don't know, oh good, we have our land drop. Well, since we don't know, I think we go for the Argothian. I guess if he's on combo, there'd be a reason for like library, because like it might get us the white mana we need to. Okay, it's not. He's on probably Grixis Control, which is good. That's a good matchup for us. Probably even more so with library in hand, to be honest. What do we want to do here? I guess we want a presence first. Now he could have the Force of Will, but if he doesn't, that's like often just game. Like they can't deal with enchantments unless they might have explosives main deck. But that would be a 2-turn answer at this point. More likely they don't. And then like, I mean, him is their best card. It sucks that like that happened, but if I draw a land, I can play the Doomwake. If I draw an enchantment, I can play that. If I draw a Wish, I can play something. I mean, any draw is fine here, actually. That's probably one of the best draws. It's like, I mean, what's he gonna do? He can't counter that, and I mean, he could, but like, generally it wouldn't be that advisable. I'm gonna hold on to my fetch land. Because they do have value against Jace Mind Sculpting against these grindy decks. So like you do want to hold on to the fetches last. Max is probably gonna hit. No, he's gonna edict. Yeah, that's fine. I think that we Doomwake here. I'm not sure there's a reason to not get the Bayou, but we already have the black mana from Abundant Growth, so I guess there's no reason to, like, if he does have some sort of trick non-basic hate, I'm not imagining right now. So we don't want into him here, because like if we can get the ground seal, it's really good. But he also has to deal with this 4/6 that also kills like all of his guys except Angler, and like it just becomes a standoff with Angler. So he can't him and deal with this guy unless he's got another Edict in hand. And yeah, I mean it's unlikely. Yeah, more likely he's like playing some cards that don't do much. Sure. And he can bounce it. That's the most reasonable call here. So, I mean, just presence, obviously. And then, like, even if he counters this, we'll get our ground seal in, which is going to be great. Because once ground seal's in, like, the Snapcasters are shut off and Culligan's command gets worse. Especially since he does actually have a creature in the yard. I'd like to get a land here, though. Alright, well, that's okay. But we got full grit, so, I mean, you know, we're pretty... and 2 presences on board, so this game's probably over. Like, Miracles is also a really good matchup, but at least like Mentor can turn the game around really fast. They don't have any way to like just like spin the game around if it's like this. Like their fastest clocks are like Angler or like Snapcaster, like with a bunch of bolts. Yeah, whatever. And they play the Last Hope over the Veil now, which means like the Veil is really good against us, and the Last Hope is just like almost completely useless. Just do not care about her at all. Even her ult like just gets stopped by Alpha Press. So you know it's whatever. Might be worth hitting the whatever. Let's draw some cards first. Do we want an Argothian? I guess we do. Why not? Let's get a little greedy. Make sure that next turn we can set up some kind of wacky. Should have checked. I didn't realize that we were low on Argothians. But we're just drawing cards with these. Obviously, we don't care about the effect. Not the best, because like I'd have rather had like abundant growth, obviously, or sprawl or grow wild growth, so that you can increase the sanctum mana for next turn. And also, I mean, abundant growth draws an extra card. But you know, this game's kind of over. I kind of want to hold on to one Zenith just for anti-decking purposes. I guess I don't really need the fetch. I kind of want both of those, and I want. I guess I don't need the. Whatever, I don't need that. And like Liliana, obviously can't hit our Shroud creature. We don't care about that either. So we're going to go off this turn, just to make sure we don't deck. We don't care about those. They'd be net neutral with Sanctum, but we're going to need the green mana. So to go off and get the wild growth. At this point, with a Sanctum coming up, the wild growth net mana. Generally, you tap the biggest land first when you're comboing off, so that you can like later on try to get as many free spells as possible. So what are we at now? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We can't cast it this turn, but we can just get it in hand. Yeah, I mean, we could try to keep going off, but I guess there's no reason not to, actually. We get 2 more growths, we got it. We didn't get there. We got enough time that I'm actually probably just gonna like, no, I guess there's no point. I'll just hold on to the solitary, I guess. We still got plenty of cards left in the library. So, we're going to hold on to the wishes. We might need an Oblivion Ring effect, so it's hard to imagine why. I don't really survive Wish Enchantresses. I could conceivably need another Sanctum if he has like a surprise Wasteland. Don't need the grasses. I guess I don't need both Enchantresses. Don't really need either, but I mean, this game's over, obviously. He can't even like edict me. Well, he'd be double edict. I would definitely just, you know, obviously sacrifice an Argothian over an Emrakul. But let's see. Sideboarding. So, grass is pretty bad. Maybe 2. You can definitely trade in 2 for chokes. Seal doesn't do really anything here. Unless he has some wacky sideboard tech. Heliod can come in because, like against Miracles, Doomwake isn't a great wish target, but it's pretty good against them. Like, Edict's the only way to kill it. Or like a really big deluge. And you're kind of okay with that. Like Aegis is really good, but like you're also fine with it as a wish target. Like that way, it's going to be like one of the more primary wish targets. That with Argothian and Doomwake are going to be your like main wish targets against them. Gaddock isn't as good as against Miracles. You can just Confinement's okay. I mean, like you can do an early confinement just to like make it so they can't like snap back at him or something, and just like let it drop next turn, and that's okay. But generally speaking, it's not necessary against them, and it's not a threat in the way that like matters in this matchup, which is card advantage wise. So that said, what's our enchantment count here? We got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's pretty good. What I'm wondering is like, I go down 1 wild growth for like maybe, what's better, Night of Autumn, possibly. He doesn't do that much, but it's probably going to do more on average than wild growth does. Like sometimes just being a threat matters. Like just being a 4/3. It's another thing they have to kill. Although it can be lightning bolted. It's probably better than wild growth. And if they do have some sort of surprise artifact or enchantment, at least I can Zenith for it that way. But it's probably going to be like quite marginal. But the other thing about like same as against Miracles, like on the draw, you're not going to like race them to the counterspell mana. So like, screw it. It's a pretty good hand. We got like a turn 2 library, Living Wish, Choke. Pretty good amount of threats. He's mulliganing. That's always good in this card advantage. Heavy matchup. We'll lead with this. Maybe it would be right to lead with the Foothills, but if we draw another like forest for the turn, we can play that with the library and use the Foothills to shuffle. But like if we get hit with a hymn here, we might lose access to white or black, whereas we can get that. So I mean, I guess that's the trade-off. So I just hope that doesn't hit our library or our Foothills, and it doesn't. It does hit the choke, which sucks. The confinements, like it's fine. Didn't look like it was going to be that strong with this particular hand. But losing choke hurts. See, okay, so we drew the forest. And we're probably just going to like right off the bat pay 8 life here. Against them, like they really can't follow up too much on the damage. Unless they like somehow play an angler this turn. I guess they could like fetch. That's still but if they do play an angler, we got the grass. But they didn't get a red source, so that also means they probably don't have like a bunch of bolts sitting in hand. And it's not like they were playing around choke because they got an island, so it's interesting. And more to ego, interesting. I honestly wasn't expecting people to play this. I really don't think it's that good. Like I get like okay, like it's not quite as situational as surgical, but it's also 3 mana instead of 0. So that's a significant difference, especially with Snapcaster. You know, I don't think it's very good. Like it's okay here. He's gonna get one of the Enchantresses if he's smart presence. Otherwise, Argothian. But like that still doesn't stop us. You know, whatever. I guess you could get Living Wish. That would be a pain in the ass. But like we still have kill conditions, and we draw a card that way at least. It's hard to say what the right call is here because I just don't think it's that strong. Alright. It's debate. I don't know. I think Argothian. The thing is, if he gets Argothian, then Green Sun Zeniths also become worse. But obviously, like, I'll still have the Living Wish copy of Argothian. So, and then, like, that does decrease my enchantment count, which matters. So, it's a tough call. That might be right. But, you know, we shall see. Either way, we're still likely to draw something relevant with Library, and if not, we just Living Wish, I guess. So Joke's a good one here. Again, we're just gonna, I think, pay life here. I think that's right. Especially since we've got the Joke and he needs to have the Force. So I think we'll go ahead and get white. Since obviously we're able to cast Banishing Light. Okay. So, but now he's got one card in hand, and he's in total top deck mode because he hasn't sculpted at all. So, and like, you know, his best play would be like land Jace, and we've got the Banishing Light for that. I think, yeah, we're just gonna go for the Argothian here. He's only got one card, so if it's not an Edict, you know. Sure. So obviously we'll Banishing like that. He does get a Brainstorm out of it, but that's just all it is. It's a 4-mana Brainstorm. I don't know if we want to go to 7. That's awfully close to double Bolt range. So we're also going to stack the free card. First, we've got the Utopia, or the Abundant Growth, so I think we're just going to go ahead and name, well, what do you think? I guess either white or green. I guess white, because we know the Helion's in here. We're going to need more white soon. I'm going to find a land drop here also. Well, we've got one more card to find it with. Okay, good. We'll cycle this grass. That's okay, but it doesn't do anything else. We're looking for a Sanctum at this point. And then Heliod would be pretty sweet. I think it's a mistake to just try to thin his deck if that's what he's doing, because like now is you'd want to save that fetch land for Brainstorm. Probably true of at least one of these land drops as well, like that one for instance. Sure. So he's in total top deck mode now. So it sure would be tempting to like pay life, but that's greedy. We don't need that. And we also don't need to play into a deluge. We're drawing cantrips, so we're gonna keep doing that. That's not the order I thought it went in, but. Yes, I mean, we wish for something. I don't know yet what. Probably Aegis, I guess. At this point, having a Sanctum would be pretty good right now, but that's okay. Yeah. I mean, so like, this is a really card like advantage heavy matchup, and on MTGO didn't get any card advantage at all. Like that's why I think it's really not good here. Like the thing is, like, although we're a combo deck, we're not like a combo deck in the same way that like fucking like Ant is. Like if you just remove the tendrils or we still have lots of paths forward through this sort of disruption. So many of these dudes, these clerics, can I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 guys. The Sanctum would be really good here. Those are pretty good too, though, to be honest. And I don't mind, like, whatever, playing into a sweeper with Eidolon because, I guess I should put Eidolon first, huh? That's the opposite of what I meant to do. Because, it at least cycled. I guess I can play the knight just for the life. I mean, that's like basically cycling, and I can attack next turn. I mean, maybe I want to start putting on pressure, and then just draw Sanctum next turn. We're going to make it a 4-3. Yeah, make then I'll go to 10. Nah, I want the life. I did play my land, right? And I mean, I still like have lots of cards in hand if he somehow like wipes the board, which I don't know how he would do that, but upheaval. Upheaval dog. Sick. That was like when I started playing 1.5, which was before it was Legacy. That was the premier control deck, was Psychotog Upheaval. Then it was Landstill for like ever. It's kind of weird to have like 2 control decks be like the premier format cards, but so we'll just go ahead and do that. I guess we'll attack first. Well, game's over next turn. I have more than enough to make lethal guys. So he's got to have an answer real quick. So I want to do the Sanctum first, because first I've got a lot of white mana. I can make some guys that will increase the Sanctum count. I'm not even bothering to check how much it is. Like, I know it's lethal. And whatever, I can just kill that if I need to, which I doubt I even do. Oh man, these are gonna trigger Eidolon. Sick. He scooped. I think he scooped. Yeah, okay. Yeah. MTGO sucks. Yeah. So, you know, pretty good matchup. And, you know, library was good there, obviously. Not sure it's necessarily needed in that matchup. And Heliod, like, also, it's really good there. I don't know. It's, you know, if those slots were things. Like, it's hard to know what else Sylvan Library would be. I mean, that would affect more, like, iffy matchups. Like, if it was, like, Sealed Primordium, like, maybe it would matter more against, like, Eldrazi, or Death and Taxes, which are iffier matchups. You know, and it would be dead, like, kind of in this matchup and against Delver, but those are already pretty good matchups. So maybe that's right. Maybe Seal is better than Sylvan here. Heliod, though, like, I don't know. I think you do want a certain number of enchantment creatures to make Wish stronger when the engine's online. You know, that slot, I guess, could be like a Pajuka Bog or like a Fairy Macabre to help with Reanimator, although I still think, like, you're kind of like, you're fighting a pretty losing battle trying to fight Reanimator. Like, those slots aren't very flexible, and it's like, you know, if it gives you like an extra 5 percentage points, like, that's, you know, so it goes from a 20% matchup to a 25% matchup. Like, you're still overwhelmingly going to lose. You know, would it be something that could matter in more matchups? Like, the matchups, like, I think you should focus on. So generally, your return is better just on matchups that are, like, close to even. Because if, like, you do the math, it's about, like, not how much it tilts a given game, but how much it tilts your odds of winning the match, which means 2 games, of course. So, it's like an optimization problem. So, like, that means that matchups where you're even, you're going to get a better return. So for that reason, like, I think the matchups that are closest to even, I think, are SNS, Death and Taxes, and Eldrazi. Probably not in that order. It's probably like SNS, Eldrazi, Death and Taxes, and then like some other ones that are more like less common. Well, I guess Elves is coming a little bit up. Like, Elves is another one that's like, it's like probably 45%. Like, it's slightly against us. So, you know, that'd be another place you could focus your card slots on. But I am running like Tabernacle and Spore Frog today, which I think are, like, you know, pretty much your best options. So yeah, obviously we keep this. We got a turn to Enchantress. We got Wish back up. We got Confinement if we're against something fast. We're a little weak to Chalice for one, because then we lose our white mana. Or they could just not do anything, which suggests. Oh, okay. I was gonna say suggest Dredge or Reanimator. But instead, you know, that's what Misty Rainforest portends. It could be anything. I played Misty Rainforest. It could be Enchantress. Okay, but instead it's Dark Depths. Okay, so we have Cast Out, which is good. It's don't like them having that library, but we can't answer it this turn. Yes, we can. I think we do that because otherwise we like really don't have a use for Banishing Light, and we really don't want them to start drawing cards. Like they could be like they could even miss a land drop here. The downside of that is that like we lost our like safe turn to drop an Enchantress, meaning like they could have crop rotation. Well, no, so they need for 3 lands they need Thespian Stage. They need one of the 2 pieces and like a crop rotation and a Bachuka Bog. I don't see how they. If they had double crop rotation, I guess they could do it. But then I'd be at 21 actually, because that Grove would have to tap for who plays Grove and Bayou, and is this like some kind of depths lands hybrid? It's interesting. So I think what I want to do here actually is Living Wish for Caracas. I really don't think they can get it this turn. Living Wish for Caracas, and then play the Argothian off of that. So I'm pretty sure they can't have it this turn. And next turn I'll have a Caracas, and like a Cast Out in hand, and a Confinement, and I'll have an Enchantress on the board. Like, I'm in pretty good shape. Assuming they don't like just have it this turn, which I guess they could have like an ESG and a crop rotation actually. No, Thespian Stage is tapped, so I need the double green for something. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, okay, so there's some sort of like Lance hybrid, so I guess they've got Life and Love in there somewhere, so Ground Seal will be good when we draw it. With double presences and like the fact that they don't have counters, we can just like go ahead and drop the Confinement now. Like they can't like fucking do anything. They could have explosives. I doubt they min deck any kind of like Frozen Grip. They could have a Living Wish that would get like a Rex Age or something. But I mean, we'll still have the Caracas they have to deal with. And they don't have a draw engine of any kind right now. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped that land. No, I don't want to miss night drops either. I think we'll get rid of the Eidolon. They almost certainly have, you know, the burn spell that goes with this, whatever that's called. What is that called? No, it's not our search. Delver. What's not 4-color though? Is it 4-color? They don't play depths. Lands? But no, it's not lands. It's Punishing Fire, right? Weird. Anyway, they probably have that, so there's like not much point in keeping the Eidolon around. I mean, it will like cycle, but whatever. Bum, 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 bum. We would like to get a Ground Seal. We don't want them to get a draw engine online. Or Bark. I think next turn I discard Wooded Foothills and Presence. Play Presence. Yeah. It's a little. I mean, we're missing a land drop, but like whatever. We've got the Confinement, the Caracas. He has to deal with both of those. They have to deal with both of those. And then if they don't deal with them in the same turn, I can also have Cast Out open. Sure. I mean, they could easily be running explosives in this kind of deck. It's probably going to get Life in the Loam first. Okay. Sure. It's annoying, but okay. Well, we can let the confinement drop, I guess, at this point. We've got another one in there. Oh, we've got the Caracas and the cast out. He can only +1 or +2, whatever. Then they lose a land. I'm okay with that. I'll get my own library out with blackjack and hookers. I guess I don't want to play into Wasteland, which he undoubtedly plays. Yeah, I mean, he probably plays Ghost Quarter also. So we do want to spread out our enchantments. Nice. Alright. So we're pretty good. Like obviously he can't, well, generally they can't give the token haste. Normally that's a thing. And we still have the Caracas. So next turn we should also like be able to have cast out mana open. And we'll get a glimpse of library. I guess we could go ahead and pay, unless it's like a Living Wish, because then maybe we get interesting that he sacked the Thespian stage and not the original. I think that might have been an accident. I mean, I guess he's like looking for a Life from the Loam. We're looking for a Ground Seal to shut off his Life from the Loam. You know, I hate Planeswalkers in general, but I kind of like Vraska. Although I think she was cooler as a pirate, to be honest. And this art's not very good. We'd rather get rid of Vraska than something. I'd rather get rid of both, which we might be able to do. We're going to see a lot of cards and have a lot of mana next turn. We're going to want to start playing a little bit faster, because these games feel like they're probably going to be slow. That's a good one. Elephant Grass also a good thing to have out, obviously, against their combo. In which case, I guess whatever. Let's keep the extra card. Sure, why not? Let's keep it. So again, we're going to start off with our free card, tapping our big land. Big old land. We're going to spread out because we are concerned about probably Assassin's Trophy or what's it? You know, the other one. The thing I mentioned. Ghost Quarter. That's it. Doesn't really matter about abundant growth. Like it at least cycled, so whatever. I don't care about like bundling them up. They're going to be free with the Sanctum, which I'm going to be dropping obviously in a minute here. So I don't have Living Wish. Weird. Let's go ahead and play grass. We need one of those to be out. So there's no point in playing multiples because, well, no, he probably does have like. What are we at? Can we do it? 11, 12, 14, 15? That's not enough. Put the ground seal out. So maybe I should have held on to the Sanctum. But I do want to actually address, you know, Nebraska. Because that can kill things. How do I not have a living wish at this point? Like, not going crazy, right? I'm not playing like solitaire, I'm playing the Wish. The Wish version of the deck. You imagine, okay, so the only way I see to make sure that I can have burn mana for this Wish, which I still wouldn't be able to use to cast anything that would destroy the library, so I guess I'm just screwed on that front. In which case, whatever. Another grass, I guess. And a confinement. Why not? Alright. Well, this game's pretty over, I think. Okay, Sanctum's gonna be my land for the turn. I could need another land. I don't need more abundant growth. I might need the zeniths. It's hard to imagine how I would need the enchantresses at this point. Like, how do I not have the living wishes? All of them were in the bottom 15 cards. That's so fucking weird. Yep. Is he thinking he's gonna life from him? Because that ain't gonna happen. I guess he could abrupt decay and then life from home, actually. But, you know, the game's over, man. Okay. Sideboard. So Dumike's pretty bad here. Conversely, Sid Primordium is good. Elfin Grass is really good. I do own my confinement. Alright, so Oblivion Ring is probably bad. Because more often it's probably going to make me... Well, see, like, maybe I want to hide Oblivion Ring. Or hide something with Oblivion Ring. But maybe not, because, like, I doubt... Probably their most sweeper effect is Explosives. And Explosives can't hit both Grass and Confinement. So the odds of me being able to hide something under Oblivion Ring that matters, like, obviously it would have to be, like, hiding a 3-drop, like a Confinement. It's just not likely. Vanishing Light is probably also just not worth it. But I might actually need one of them. So, like, I want Night of Autumn. Where do I want her? Like, they probably bring in Disruption. I guess actually, Spore Frog's not a bad Green Sun Zenith target. I mean, they probably got cut down the punishing fires, you would imagine. So usually it would be like buying a turn. In which case, maybe I want to like bring in Wake Your Bow as a more expensive Green Sun Zenith target, and leave Knight of Autumn as a Wish target, which shall be a pretty high priority Wish target, like because he probably brings in artifacts I want to destroy, and then like life gain matters. Like especially in increment of force, because then like they can't just like punishing fire plus attack. So that's probably right. Cast out stays in because of the flash. Ground seal is really good. Well, if they're bringing in problem, artifacts, maybe Oblivion Ring is better than Spore Frog in that case. They probably are. Okay, but I probably don't need both. All right, let's leave it like that. So that's pretty good. I've got a lot of land drops, and if he's got Thorn of Amethyst, I keep saying he, and I should really say they, because I have no idea, you know. And there's no reason to make Magic any more sexist than it already is. This is a pretty good hand, obviously. Light on enchantments, and I'm probably going to want to use that one, so that's like the main weakness of this hand. But I got all the land drops, which is important. There's another enchantment. So given that, I'm going to name white, because like, Doomwicks aren't useful, and they're just in the wish board now, so I don't need to worry about the black mana very much. Even though like if I don't draw one green mana enchantment, it would like I'll basically lose a mana by playing Argothian, but I'm gonna do it anyway because that's my only enchantment, and I might want the Zenith to get Wicker Bow. That's annoying, but luckily I've got more land drops. I think that I do that, even though it's debatable. But so between these, I'm pretty covered for white mana, so I'll just get a basic, play around Wasteland. Like they could still try to like get me out with. Generally, they'll be getting life from one with this. But if I get a turn where they're not disrupting me, like I'm okay with that. And I am really okay with them discarding that card, to be honest, since they don't have a way to get it back. Unlike the rest of the hand, which is probably like all lands and shit. They can't actually cast the life from one they just got. So, but I'm gonna get ported, so I guess it's a trade-off. But that does mean the. So I'm gonna go ahead and growth this so that he can't. They can't stop me from having all the mana. Probably. But we should also like be thinking about like now they're getting in range where they could combo out of nowhere. Depending on what they do on their turn. But if they want a Thespian Stage to copy port, they can't port this turn. So either they give me one turn, or yeah, okay, so probably life from the loam and then port. No explosives. But no port, and little do they know, I've got tons of stuff in hand. Even though this does make this like a really juicy port target, I'm still gonna do it and get the free card. Whatever, doesn't matter, it's gonna be tapped. But let's just go ahead and name white. Anyway, let's go ahead and do that. So hoping to draw a land there. But If they have another port, we still have the ability to cast Seal. If they don't, we're really good. Oh, they didn't have turn 1. Generally, they're scary hands. Ooh, that could be rough. What's he gonna do? Alright, well now we're getting into a little bit of a hairy territory. I think we will destroy that Mox. It depends on, I guess, what we draw, of course. We don't want them to have tons of mana when they're porting us. Yeah, I think we prioritize the seal over the extra Enchantress. We've got enough cards. We're fine on cards. And we're also just going to wild growth this land. We want to have more mana than they do. So, like, the opposite of the Grixis Control matchup, where it's all about card advantage. Here it's all about mana advantage. Playing around ports, primarily. Okay, well, I guess we played around successfully, because they just went ahead and scooped. So, okay, so pretty good run. We lost to Storm Combo, sort of to be expected, and, like, we had a chance there, but Game 2 we completely flooded out. In Game 3 we could have maybe had it if he was a turn slower, but, you know, whatever. It's, you know, that's what happens, that Jonah goes their way. Like, what did we beat? We beat Grixis Control. It's a good matchup. Lands is a really good matchup as well, even though I lost to it in the last real tournament I went to somehow. What else did we beat? We beat, like, oh yeah, we beat 12 Post. That's an unusual occurrence. That doesn't usually happen. And we beat Miracles. So we beat 3 good matchups. We beat one that's actually pretty iffy. The I don't know if any of our cards mattered. Knight of Autumn wasn't ever difficult to cast. The life gain, I don't know if it truly came up, but it felt like, you know, a little more secure having it a couple of times. So I guess Knight of Autumn was good. So I guess, yeah, went alright. Let's open these chests. I mean, Sylvan Library was good. The extra confinement, I think, was good. I think I'm probably going to stick to the double main deck for now. Nice! Lion's Eye Diamond. Wish that was real. It's probably worth a lot online, too, right? No? Is it? You guys? Is this a good draw or a bad draw? It's really hard to tell, honestly. Like, some cards are wildly... it's a couple bucks. Wait, no, that's not the right one. Usually the old borders are worth more, right? 4? Eh. I guess it's something. Some points. Points are good. Never heard of any of these other cards. So they're probably not good. I guess it's just... I guess it's Regna. That looks like a commander card, so it's probably not worth it. Alright, well, we got a few points anyway in a Lion's Eye Diamond. I guess it's okay. I would have preferred if it was a real Lion's Eye Diamond. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I don't know if we learned too much. Forfog never came up, but we didn't really play any aggro decks, really. So I guess that is what it is. Could have come up against Dark Depths, but didn't. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Signing off.